Moving the elbows past the shoulders would be moving into a dangerous zone for the shoulder joint. It is important to guide exercisers with sensitive shoulders not to lower the pull to the body, but rather to maintain a distance of about 10 centimeters from the body. This will avoid unnecessary loads on the anterior shoulder ligaments.
Common mistake, gripping the barbell way too close. This exercise is intended to strengthen the anterior deltoid and triceps. If you grip the barbell too close, you limit the range of motion in the sagittal plane because your shoulders are internally rotated. This means you will not be able to perform shoulder flexion, and you will have to do some horizontal abduction. This will result in a load shift from the anterior deltoid to the pectoralis major, which would not serve the purpose of this exercise. The powerlifting style bench press. The main goal of the powerlifting style is to move as much weight as possible from the chest until you lock out your elbows. To do this powerlifting style, adjust your technique by arching the back while holding the feet to the ground. Arching the lower back raises the chest and decreases the distance the barbell needs to go from the lockout to the chest. Common mistakes, not completing the full range of motion. If you want to get the most out of an exercise to strengthen a particular muscle, you should ensure that you are using a full range of motion. Not using a full range of motion is often due to a lack of knowledge, but this can easily be corrected by understanding that the bar should touch the chest for maximum muscle engagement. Variations of the bench press, such as pin press and dead press, may be used, but when lifting to competition standards or maximizing muscle engagement, the bar must make contact with the chest. Common mistakes, bouncing the bar off the chest. A common mistake usually made by beginners is to bounce the bar off their chest when performing the exercise. This mistake is usually due to miscommunication. When they are instructed to touch the chest with every rep, they mistakenly interpret it as hitting the chest and quickly going through the rep. If you want to build chest muscle strength or are a power lifter, it is not beneficial to bounce the bar off your chest. Bouncing the bar off your chest reduces the time your muscles are under tension and instead relies on the stretch reflex and the rigidity of your rib cage to help push the weight up, rather than training the muscles to lift heavier weights.
Common mistake, bar too high and excessive elbow flaring in the bench press. A powerful and efficient bench press follows an up and back arc, not a straight vertical path. When the bar is positioned too high on the chest and the elbows flare excessively, it places unnecessary strain on the shoulders and disrupts optimal force transfer. To correct this, lower the bar to the mid to lower chest, keeping your elbows at a 45-60 degree angle relative to your torso. As you press, drive the bar back toward your shoulders rather than pushing it straight up. This refined technique reduces shoulder stress, improves mechanical efficiency, and maximizes pressing strength. Common mistake, setting the bench angle too high during an incline press. When the bench is set at a too steep angle, the exercise shifts from a chest-focused press to a shoulder press. This reduces upper chest activation and places a greater load on the anterior deltoids. To correct this, set the backrest to a moderate incline, typically between 30 and 45 degrees. This keeps the focus on the upper chest while minimizing unnecessary shoulder strain. Common mistake, shoulder shrugging. Shrugging the shoulders during the bench press elevates the scapulae, reducing upper body stability and limiting force transfer through the bar. To fix this, retract and depress the scapulae to create a stable base and improve force transfer. Common mistake, excessive protraction of the shoulder blades during the press. Allow the scapula to move naturally along the ribcage without forcing them into exaggerated protraction to avoid this mistake.